What's up, dudes? Peter from Panda here. Hey, bought myself a watch. This is a Tamlee Fashion Messed wristwatch in black. True unboxing here. I am gonna discover this thing as in conjunction with my favorite pandas. All right, I gotta cut this open. Julius, and then some characters under there that I don't get. Kind of a really bright, interesting package that it comes in, which is different than a lot of the other cheaper watches that just come however they come, wrapped in plastic or something like that. And here it is. I got this watch. I was surfing Amazon and I just found it, and I was like, "Oh, it's interesting." I don't think there's anything in here. Oh, cool. It comes with a watch strap spring bar removal tool, which is actually pretty cool. It's a few bucks worth of accessories right there. So I'll just tuck that back in there with a little pillow. But you're probably familiar with the brand Skagen of Danish origin, I believe. And this really looked like one. It's just thin, and it was kind of cool looking, so I decided to pick it up and see what it looks like. So here's what I can tell you about this Tamlee is it appears to be, starting down here on the clasp, brushed. It says Julius, so I'm going to use those interchangeably. And then that mesh, kind of like that Milanese watch band, pretty psychedelic, but it's flexible and obviously kind of much more snaky than a heavy link band, but it has some structure and it's pretty sturdy. Kind of a little like chainmail, but really nicely done. It's really smooth, and all these links are polished and they flow very, fluidly. So pretty nice there. The hardware up here, there's a little play, especially where the spring bar, goes through the bands. So at this price point, I'm gonna forgive that. But you can see here, just a little bit of play on there, and then obviously same thing on this side, but not bad. And then it does have like the kind of the more standard, cheaper deployment clasp. Now what you can do here is lift up this bar and slide this up and down to fit your wrist. So it looks like it's just kind of compresses onto the band or the bracelet here. Now there are some small, as you can see here, kind of small indentations. So I think this little tab right there, this like detent is going to fall into one of these little slots here, and then the end is kind of crimped off with this nice polished little plate. So that's pretty cool. The clasp itself works like this. You hook on these little hooks onto this bar, and then the flap snaps in, and that holds it in place. So I've had a number of watches in the past that have done things like that. The case is also, other than having my fingerprints all up on this business, which you'll have to forgive, is nice and polished. It has kind of like some facets like a diamond. It is really, really thin. Let's see if I can get you the dimensions here. 0.5 centimeters thin. And it even looks a little thinner than that because it kind of has this flying saucer type of profile. The curved crystal, which I don't know what it's made out of. Let's call it glass or plastic. Let's call it glass. And then, a pretty heavy beveled angle below it. And then even the case line here kind of rides kind of high. So it's going to kind of float above your wrist a little bit, I feel like. And even look thinner kind of at this angle than it really is. So you've got kind of the meat of it being hidden under the watch. It's similar in some ways to brain mount watches that kind of roll the lugs across the top and then have the rest of the case kind of floating below it. It's kind of a cool look. I don't have a brain mount here to show you, but if you like this kind of style, check out brain mount watches. They're pretty pricey, British brand, but they kind of have that little disconnected element. So the watch itself is not super big, and I think that kind of fits with the overall look and feel of it. It's only 37 millimeters across, but in a watch where it's thin, you're probably looking for something really wearable, something to slip under your shirt cuff. Sorry for all the glare. Let me see if I can reduce a little bit of that for you here. And then, the face of this is also pretty well, it's color matched to the rest of the watch. It's just a little bit more of a gunmetal, just a little bit more of a textured satin finish than the case, which is high polished. But in terms of like the color match, it's really, really good. Even though the dial itself is a little darker, maybe, it fits and it works really, really well without making it look like it's all milled out of a single piece. Now, the dial itself is also kind of like two pieces. So the center part is sunk down, and you've got these hour markers that look like they're applied at all the hour positions. Now, the hands and the hour markers are gold toned. So that's what does stand out, including this Julius logo here. I'm sorry, like I said, about the glare. I don't know what else to do about this except do it in the dark, and then we're going to have other problems. So you have this gold tone on all the hardware. Kind of a standard straight hands, straight hour markers. The minute marks are in the inside ring here, and it just looks nice. It looks pretty good. I mean, for Skagen watches aren't that expensive, so if you like that, if you want the reliability of that brand, you can certainly pick it up without breaking the bank. But for a couple bucks, this watch is pretty nice. The gold tone is also on the crown here, which has a little knurling, a little round edge to it. I dig it. I don't know if this is sized out of the box to fit me. Yeah, it actually is, so that should be fine. And there, looks pretty good, I think. Like I said, it's thin, it's small. It is a little bit retro styled in my opinion, in that it's kind of more of the simple 90s, where things were smaller, slimmer, skinnier. It's not unlike the, kind of the Omega Seamasters, or some of those original Tag Heuers that were trying to be more modern or look modern and sleek and kind of have all the shapes roll and transition to each other without a lot of abrupt edges. But I'm pretty impressed with this. It's nice. I can tell you right now, it's comfortable to wear. I think when your wrist goes up like this, that kind of really heavy angle to the back, make sure that nothing kind of digs into your skin. So it feels light and almost like you're not wearing anything, because this band, I think, doesn't make noise, and it's just kind of really hugs the contours of your wrist, however big that is. And it's going to fit a lot of people, and that's an adjustment that you can make at home. So I really dig it. So this Julius watch is a pretty good deal. I am going to share my experiences with this watch with one of you. So hopefully someone out there is a Tamlee fan, or when you get this, you will be. I'm going to give this away here. So all you have to do is comment below, like and subscribe. Like this video and subscribe to my channel, please. It helps me get this message out to more people and get more of these giveaways in your hands. So all you have to do is comment anything you like in the comment itself. Also write the country that you're from. This is going to be limited to Canada and the United States at this point, because that's where I can ship it to. So I will pick one random commenter next Saturday, which I believe is October 29th, and I'll reach out to them and contact you and send this watch out to you. So hopefully someone else can check it out and just verify that I'm not joshing you guys. Tamlee Julius fashion style watch. Skinny, simple design. I dig it. Peter von Panda, out.